Hello, this is Paw Paw John at Paw Paw Homestead. Welcome to my channel if you're watching this. Today, I've been cleaning up around my backyard. A couple of years ago, I had a bunch of cedar trees. Just fell over, leaned over, didn't really fall down, but I pushed them over and let them lay out there for a few years. And I didn't show y'all where I pushed all this stuff up, but I'm gonna show you me pulling this stump up. I done pushed it over, but it broke loose. But I'm gonna pick it up with my bucket and a chain, and then move it out there in the pasture over here somewhere. Here's some of the cedar tree that I done cut up. I'm trying to make some poles for my shed, but all out in here. There's a big old cedar tree right here. You can see it. It got a lot of root and dirt, but that thing been sitting out there about 3 or 4 years. The base of it is still pretty solid, the roots. But I pushed it over with the bucket on my tractor. I tried to pull it with a chain, but I didn't want to tear my equipment up in the back. But up through here, where all that stuff, tree was laying, so I cut all the little limbs off of it, left some big limbs, and pushed it all back off in here. But I still got that cedar tree right there. It needs to come down. And I've been cleaning all this up. There's a woody area out here in my pasture. As you can see, it's a bunch of cedar trees. There's a cedar tree, and there's a whole bunch of cedar trees over there. There's a big old cedar tree over there. And there's one leaning there. But they all out in here. And there's another cedar tree. But right now, in a little while, I'm gonna go ahead and try to pick this stump up out of the ground with my bucket and move it out there in the pasture. But I got something here I want to show y'all. I don't know if y'all ever heard a chainsaw like this. But there's a little chainsaw right here. It's what I cut all that tree up with and limb and stuff. It's called, if I can get it turned around, it's called chainsaw, and that's the name of it, chainsaw. It's got a 12-inch bar and it's an overhand bar. It's not very heavy, but I'm going on 75 years old, so my arm ain't as strong as it used to be, but it's better than them heavy ones. But some of these poles, I'm gonna try to make this video short. But some of these poles, I'm hoping I got them cut long enough. Some old tractor shed out here. It's about 16 years old and not older. But these old poles holding it up, they are about gone. They wasn't quite big enough. That and there down at the bottom is gone. It's rotted. This no here leaning is rotted at the bottom. So I'm gonna replace these two and eventually place them at the back of them. I just stuck up some little poles back here because I really at the time couldn't find no bigger pole, but they've been holding it up. Especially all these vines been holding the top of it on so the wind won't blow it off, because it's vines all up on top of it. There's a big old vine here. It goes all the way back up in them trees. And that old thing there, that thing right there, it looked like a big old wild hedge. I know that's a wild hedge. And it done got pretty big. I wish I could get it down, but that's probably what holds my top on up there. But on around here where I've been hauling all the cedar stuff, I think he's some of the pole. And I'm planning on replacing them other ones with. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. But here's the big cedar tree that I'm fixing to pick up the stump and bring it out here. And there's another one I done knocked over and cut up that I got out there, piled out here. But that was a big old cedar tree right there. And I drug it out of here with my tractor. But I'm gonna take y'all back around the other side. Be with you in just a second. All right, this is my Hendrick tractor. That's brand new. I bought it. Well, my first payment was due to December the 15th. But I've been using it. I got about 35 hours on it now. But I've been using it. I got me a little camo box up here, put some tubes, cause that little box on the other side comes with it. It don't hold too much of nothing. But I'm gonna crank it up and try to hook this tree up and a stump and see if I can get it moved. If I can get up here. All right, make sure everything is out of gear. That's what it sounds like idling. That's the old style gear transmission. Every now and then I get it grind when you go put it in the gear, because them gears got to get lined up. You got first, second, third, and reverse over here, and high and low. So far I ain't had no problem with it. I don't know if you can see the hours on it yet. Nah, it probably can't. But I'm gonna go ahead and move up close to this stump. Hook this chain up here. I'm gonna have to drop my bucket down and move the chain up. It's hard to do this with one hand. Set y'all on this stump here and let y'all look at the function. Alright, get back on the tractor here. About as high as I want to go with. Now I got to get out of here. Get this thing turned around. I had to back up again. Lower. Like I said, I ain't had this Henry too long. So far, it's been working pretty good. 4-wheel drive, 4-cylinder. And I made me a little handle right here where I won't have to get on the tractor to let the back down if I'm hooking up equipment. Yeah, I got a quick hitch back here, but sometimes you got to, there's the handle. Sometimes you got to adjust your arm right here to meet up with your equipment anyway, so I made me a knob, a handle there to do all that. All right, well this is year 2025. I don't know if y'all can tell it or not, but it is 71 degrees out here on Christmas Eve, 24th, and it is warm. All right, y'all don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Bye-bye.